welcome to the next video of the 6102 Vids channel. Your money is quite important to you and you carry it around in your wallet all the time. But sometimes there is such a thing as too much money, namely too much weight in money. A very overcrowded wallet can be hard to organize and it drags onto your pants too. Plus, a heavy wallet can make it very obvious that you are loaded to the brim and make you a massive target. Hence, there is a recent innovative solution in technology that'll make sure you keep your money and still do purchases in the first place. Here are 5 benefits that we at 6102 Vids have researched on why you should get your special piece of banking plastic now. Number 1. It keeps your money safe. Well, obviously, it does keep your money safe by being stored, but what I mean by that is that it keeps your precious cash safe from being used in the wrong ways. After all, if someone steals your cash physically, who knows what they could do with that cash? And if you fell for a scam, you can't get that money back at all. Fraud is a thing that happens in many ways, and it affects how you make purchases. It can affect your credit by triggering insufficient fees if you use a normal debit card. If there are later missed payments made, it can affect your credit score, which is a number between 300 to 850 that depicts a consumer's credit worthiness. The higher the score, the better a borrower looks to potential lenders, so it's really bad if that score gets really low. But if your credit card is used fraudulently, do not be feared. If you contact the credit card company and you give them a valid account of events and everything, they will deal with the fraudulent purchase and you won't even have to pay a dime. In particular, credit card networks like Visa and MasterCard provide zero liability coverage for unauthorized purchases as a way to encourage usage of their cards over cash and check. So try to grab one and make sure that the buyer's power, and in particular, your power, stays with you. Number 2. You have a grace period in terms of paying. When you use a normal debit card for purchasing an item, that's it. The purchase is done. No fuss, no muss. But what if you don't want that purchase after all? That would have been a waste of money, and we can't have that. Luckily, we do have a solution to this option in the credit card, and that is the grace period. But what is the grace period, you may ask? Typically consisting of a 15-day length, a grace period is a set length of time after the due date during which payment may be made without penalty. A grace period allows a borrower or insurance customer to delay payment for a short period of time beyond the due date. During this period, no late fees are charged, and the delay cannot result in default or cancellation of the loan or contract. Payment after the due date but during the grace period does not cause a black mark to be added to the borrower's credit report. So why is this good? Hanging on to your funds for this extra time can be helpful in 2 ways. First, the time value of money, however infinitesimal, will save you money. Delaying eventual payments makes your purchases a tiny bit cheaper than it would be otherwise. Beyond that, by paying a credit card versus your debit card, cash, or check, your cash will spend more time in your bank account. And if you pay your credit card from an interest-bearing checking account, you will earn money during the grace period. That extra cash will eventually add up to a meaningful amount. And you won't have to watch your bank account as close as you should. So get a credit card. Those 15 days sound pretty splendid to me. Number 3. They're accepted anywhere in the world. If you have a normal debit card, it's generally kind of a given that if the bank of a said card doesn't exist anywhere in the world, it's kind of generally useless, and thus you may need to get a new card, which kind of makes it difficult to track which one is the one you need, if you are in particular an explorer of the world. But do not fear, for credit cards do not suffer that problem, and once you get one, you can use it anywhere in the world. Your credit card is your best friend when you're traveling. Housing and rental cars are much easier to book with credit than debit. Rental services generally place a hold of a few $100s of your card when you make these rentals. This hold can be inconvenient with a debit card. Credit cards are also more readily accepted than debit cards worldwide. If you're traveling to a foreign country, plan to use the lower exchange rates on your credit card instead of paying the high exchange rate for cash at airports. So get one, and your purchase power will increase in rates dramatically. Number 4. You can make purchases in advance before you can even get the cash for it. In fact, that's the point of the credit card in the first place, to give out credit payments and pay them when you can. With a credit card, you can make purchases long before they need to be spent, so that when you spend it, it will be applied and the purchase will actually happen, much akin to making a reservation to a restaurant. With a credit card, you get to make purchases before you can even get the money. This allows you to plan purchases. Some banks also offer installment payments at 0% interest. And finally, number 5. It's just so darn convenient. Using a credit card can make managing your finances more convenient than using another payment method. Your credit card sends you a statement each month detailing exactly when, where, and how much you spent on each purchase charged to your card. You can use the information from these statements to keep track of your spending. Additionally, some credit cards offer year-end statements that summarize your spending throughout the year, which is helpful for taxes and other tracking purposes. Credit cards also provide a convenient payment method when making purchases online, since you can't pay for online purchases with cash. Using a credit card doesn't put your debit card or bank account information at risk. So if you want an easy, hassle-free spend, personally or even through a system, just use a credit card. And those are the 5 reasons why you should get a credit card today. If you like this video, why not give it a thumbs up? And if you want to see more from us, click that subscribe button and the notification bell. If you got some ideas on credit card positives, why don't you leave a comment below for others to read? You may know something that we may have left out of the video. Thanks for watching 6102 Vids, and have a good one.